Ah. What up? We live? We live yet? A little rusty, man. There's so much time off. A little rusty. We live though, T. We live. We live. We live. Rusty, man. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Yo, make sure y'all check us out on YouTube too, man. I know y'all all got YouTube. Y'all be up there watching the latest podcasts up there. Just while you up there, show us some love. That's all. Show us a little love, man. Don't be stingy. We just need your likes. We just need your likes. That's all. Like and subscribe. That's all we need from everybody. Please. Please. We got a short podcast tonight. We're going to talk about the rankings. Let's talk about the best teams in AYF. Let's start off in AYF. Who's the best teams over there in AYF? That's what we're going to talk about. Let's talk about who the best teams in Pop Warner. And maybe we'll tackle the old conversation, Tito, that's been going on forever, which is, I kind of proposed it, right? Should coaches have a say-so in programmatic affairs? That's a good one.
Should coaches have a say-so
in the programmatic affairs? I can tell you on some organizations, Tito, coaches are board members that vote on stuff.
Yeah.
And so the question becomes, should coaches have a say-so in programmatic affairs? Hey, we got some new teams that's that after Jamboree week, Tito, I think gonna make some noise, and we'll talk about them as well.
What you mean after Jamboree week? Jamboree was 2 weeks ago already, dog.
I know, but
week one?
I wasn't on last week. You had to hold it down by yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I believe we need to talk about AYF rankings. Let's start off with this, Tito. We're going to start off with the 9U AYF ranking. These are not my rankings. These are not Tito rankings. We are strictly sharing with you the top 10 New England rankings that was put together by someone else. Just for the record. These are not our rankings, but we're going to talk about it. Right? I see the gossip online. Let's talk about it. At 9U, New London number 1. Tito, I was watching the comments on this one, and it was something strange, T. Someone said that I think I heard that they had lost.
No, that the AU last year, AYF New London went to Florida, so I'm pretty sure that has something to do with why they were number 1 going into the preseason.
Oh. Where am I?
Yeah, you got to scroll to the top. I don't even know.
Where was I at just now? Let me get back to where I was, y'all. Sorry for getting lost on y'all. Not 11. We'll get there.
That's not Cotton's ranking. Who rankings it?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Justin Cotton's ranking.
Over here, Rachel say New London lost, I believe, to Salt City this past weekend.
Right, but he doesn't update them every week. He does it periodically, if I'm not mistaken. So that wouldn't be in that data yet.
Oh, they did lose. Absolutely correct. They still number one in New England, though. He says, because no New England team knocked them off. So, New London is good. Lynn, who that? James and them?
Yeah, that's Lynn Rams.
Yeah. Lynn Rams. Okay. Springfield Tigers. How far did they go last year?
Probably that's who New London beat in the final, if I had to take a guess.
Fall River Falcons. They're probably out of Central Mass.
No, that's Fall Rivers, Blackstone Valley.
Oh, that's Blackstone Valley. Okay.
Blackstone Valley.
Elite Eagles. Might have some competition out there.
What you mean, Matt? Where you see the Eagles? I see Matter.
No. I'm saying they might have competition because Fall River is out there. That's all. I'm sure Dorchester got 9U. Mattapan Patriots, Mick. Shout out to Mick. Mount Hope Cowboys. I didn't know Mount Hope had a 9U. I thought they did only even. 6, 8, 10, 12. I mean, 8, 10, 12, and 13. But I could be wrong. New Britain Powell Raiders at 9. I mean 7th. I think that's too low.
That's too low. They were the New England champs at Pop Warner last year.
I think it's too low. They're not getting their due respect. New London 8U beat Mattapan last year in the finals. Oh, so the regional trip was New London and Mattapan last year. That's a lot of people in between Mattapan and New London. Maybe Justin knows something we don't know. We might have to get him on to talk about that. How you say that next word?
Tewksbury.
Tewksbury Redmond.
They're outside of Worcester.
Oh, so that's Central Mass?
Yeah, CMass.
Hudson, and then the Bridgeport Huskies.
Yeah, Hudson. I don't know who Hudson is. That's a new name. That's probably New Hampshire, one of them.
Bridgeport. Shout out to Hart, bringing the Huskies back into the talks. That's the 9U. Matt, I don't know, Matt. They don't believe in you. Let's talk about 10U. They got the Springfield Tigers. Oh, Matt at 10U. 9U is Miano.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that game is the game of the week. Springfield and Powell play this week.
Yep, this Saturday, I believe. I don't know where.
Is that Powell? Because I seen one of the coaches say the game is at 8 o'clock at night for 11U. So I'm assuming this is going to be before it. Springfield, New Britain Powell, Lynn, Dorchester Eagles, Mount Hope, the Norwich Wildcats. Okay. I noticed something, Tito. You see a repeat, which is the same thing on both sides. I noticed when we look at rankings, you oftentimes see a repeat of the same teams over and over and over and over again. I wonder if the culture of winning matters, right? Like you happen to become a winner, and that culture of winning just become contagious throughout your program at times. Now we know some programs only gonna have one good team, and that's all they're gonna have.
Yeah.
But these programs that you see names everywhere, you'll notice it on the Pop Warner side too. It's something about programs that has that.
Hold on, go back real quick. Look, both Worcester teams are ranked.
Wow. They got two teams down at those levels?
Clearly. There's two different programs.
Imagine if that was one. I wonder if they'd be number one.
Oh, it'd be a problem. If Worcester was one, it'd be a problem. You ever been to Worcester? Worcester's a big city, bro.
Nah. I mean,
Worcester's like 100.
Right? We was there last year.
It's like 100,000 people. It's a big city. If they had one team, it'd be a problem. It's a real problem. I mean, they're already a problem, but if they had one team, it would really be a problem. All right, go ahead. I just wanted to make sure I was seeing that correctly.
Rodney Meyer said, "I'm so glad I don't have to stress over this anymore." We never made top three. We were so trash. Y'all got the New England podcast now. That's Justin shooting at us. Shout out to Justin shooting at us. And we show him love. Justin, you shouldn't shoot at us. Anyways, let's keep going. 11U, I don't think is no surprise.
Stratford's in UIFL. Oh no, this is
all
rankings. No, this is AYF. It says it.
Stratford's in UIFL. You're right.
Yeah.
And Craig Bostic believes he would beat the New Britain Power Raiders.
I don't know.
Maybe he's off his rockers or not. Craig Bostic believed he would outcoach and absolutely beat the New Britain Power Raiders.
I don't know about that, dog.
I know. Anyway.
Hey, we got to think like that as coaches, but sometimes, you got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? You can't lie to the man in the mirror. You got to live with that dude every day. You know what I'm saying?
The program will allow real coaches coach. That's how you end up across the board. So there's a comment here. The program will only allow real coaches coach. That's how you end up across the board rankings.
No, I think there's cultures in some of these programs that are unlike other cultures. I think that's what it has to be. There's when, a lot of this boils down to leadership too. I think that's where you want to go with the conversation. But let's get through the rankings and we can touch on that on the way out. We can have an in-depth discussion on that on the way out.
Then you got Central Falls, Mattapan, North Attleboro Jets, Dorchester Eagles, down at 9, Franklin Panthers. They must be, I'm assuming.
Mass. I believe that's Mass. It could be Rhode Island, but Franklin's in Mass, if that's who I think that is. That's Franklin out there outside of Foxborough.
Sean Noble said, I can't get a game for my 11U in Western New York. We have to travel to Albany, Ohio to play teams. Our teams, I think he meant losing out, are using.
Yeah, brother, what I don't understand about Salt City is somebody needs to enlighten me. There's a ton of leagues out in that Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse area. Why do you need to play games way over here? There's got to be numerous AYF and UIF teams in that area. Why can't you guys get a schedule over there? No, I've been wondering that for a couple of years. I'm just going to come out
on the CT schedule in AYF.
I don't know. Let's get them on and let's see. Because I've been.
Sean, I'm about to inbox you, Sean.
4 years ago, I got on the horn with one of them dudes out there. That thing started 4 or 5 years ago. Now I'm wondering why they still haven't landed in the league yet.
Sean, I'm about to inbox you. Let's bring Sean on. Let's bring him on because I've been wondering who that is. That Salt City.
That's the Renegade. They've been around for a while. They're an AYF team, but I think they're an independent, and I don't understand why when there's a ton of AYF and UIF leagues in that area. I mean, that's what but UIFL's big draws, that Buffalo, Rochester, all them cats be down there in Plant City.
Corey said that they play Salt City Sunday.
Who?
Corey Whitaker. Hey, Corey, what program you from? He said they play Salt City Sunday. Maybe he don't have 11U or Sean don't know about it. One or the other. Right?
Anyways, let's get back to 9U. Y'all going to Rochester? I mean, y'all going to Syracuse? But they play in Rochester from what I understand. Anyways, go back to the rankings. Go to the rankings. We finished at 11.
That's all that I see up there. So
you don't see a 13U?
There's no 13. Oh yeah, let me see. I think there was a 13U. Let me see. Oh, so 13U looked like it was preseason. Let's cover it. It looked like it might have been preseason though. I got a bombshell for y'all of a game that's taking place that your boy PH the Great helped put on. We'll talk about that in a second. I don't see 13U, Tito.
All right,
I think he I think that was before the season started. It was before the season started. But I think it was before the season started that he had a 13U preseason game. Let's see what they're saying. There's some comments here. He said they played. He said Salt City is from Syracuse. Wow.
Yeah, I told you that. Damn, they was just in New London last week. Now you guys got them coming up to Meriden.
11U, Hartford Hurricanes. Watch us work. Most definitely want to know. Nobody won't play me at 11. Yo, are you saying you're too good? When you say nobody won't play you, Sean, what you mean?
Yeah, because what I don't understand, and we're trying to get clarification. I know out in that area, there's plenty of youth programs. What do you mean nobody will play you? Why wouldn't they play you? You got a lot of good football programs out that way.
Now, I don't think Sean, he said, Rochester went even.
What about Buffalo? Buffalo got a ton of football teams over there. Buffalo's only, an hour from y'all, 90 minutes. It ain't that far.
Yeah, I don't know. But let's talk about Pop Warner rankings.
You got them written up, or you just going to ramble them off?
I got them.
Oh, all right.
I got them. I even got notes. So we heard, 9 through 11?
Well, we'll do 8 if you got it.
8 is a little crazy. Come on now. Let's talk about 13U, Tito. Division 1 first. Hartford Hurricanes. Everybody knows the returning team from Florida. They will remain number 1. Number 2, you cannot take off, Tito, the Martin Cyclones. They still got the big back. He's still 6'2", 6'3", 230 pounds. When he get going, that's a train. Good luck to anybody up in Northeast Mass. You're going to have a load dealing with that kid. At 13U, number 3, and this is what I meant by shockers, Tito. This is what I meant by the Jamboree told us stuff. I am moving the Bloomfield Junior Warhawks up into the number 3 slot. They are jumping New Haven. They're jumping the New Britain Junior Canes. I've seen the team. They're big. They're fast. They're strong. And this Pop Warner, Gene, we just went through AYF. You missed it. CGE and Great Elite have 11s up in Buffalo.
Yeah, Bloomfield, as I've been told, that I like that pick. They got a showdown this week with that's this week? With them and Big Rick and the boys.
Now, Jing, I haven't got to tell you. You don't know if Leicester's ranked. Cut it out. That Bloomfield 13U team is fire. Big up the Coach Trav from Bloomfield. Yeah. That's family, ain't it? Tito?
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Josh. Yeah. Him, the poster, yeah.
Sean said those 11U teams are UAFL. Anyway.
Right, but AYF can play you out. We'll touch on that. We're going to touch on the South City thing when we get out. Who's number 4? Bloomfield, I like that pick.
I got to go with Bloomfield at number 3. I'm going to go with New Britain Junior Canes. Even though they took a big L in West Haven, I want to say, I don't know what the story is, Tito. But right before we came on the podcast, I got a call from somebody at AYF. And they said to me, Phil, I got the game between West Haven and the Junior Canes. And I said, okay. They like, yo, the game was actually closer than what the score says. And I'm like, are you sure? I haven't seen the game. He was like,
46-13 is a 33-point differential. How could that game ever be close?
That's what I was asking.
Come on, dog.
He was like, yo, they not bad. They jumped out in front on West Haven up first.
Okay, that's
and it took 7 kids to tackle the bus. He said all that. But at the end of the day, brother, West Haven is nothing more than BK. Have it your way. And I'm not talking about Burger King. I'm talking about the bus and King, okay? BK, have it your way. That's what happened. That's their name. BK, you can have it your way. That's the name. B and the K do not stand for Burger King. Stand for the bus and King, okay? You can have it your way, however you want it. Anyway, I'm going with the New Britain Junior Kings at 4. Then always, I'm going to put New Haven at 5th. They got a lot of kids recovering from some stuff that transpired over the summertime.
Danbury don't got a 13 this year?
They do. New Britain Junior Kings play Danbury this week. I'm not putting no stock in the Danbury till I see something or hear something. And I haven't done either one. So, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see. It says, Randy Lester 10U team is ranked 3,100.
All right, cool. We'll get to
13U. New Britain 13U is not bad. They're decent. West Haven had 2 touchdowns called back early.
Okay.
Yo, let me say something to everybody out there. I never understand why people tell me how many touchdowns you get called back. People often say that as a form of credibility. If I hold on the edge on the toss and score, of course, I'm not saying that. I haven't seen it West Haven. But if Hartford does that, I scored a touchdown because of the hold. I can't say, oh, well, I had a touchdown called back. Of course, I was holding. Getting a touchdown called back isn't a form of credibility. All right? Now, refs do blow calls sometimes, but I never understand I had 5 touchdowns called back and I won 6-zip. So you were 6 points better than them without flags. Like, that's what the rules are. I just never understand what touchdowns got called back unless you have notable stuff that refs is targeting you, cheating you, but other than that, in the midst of a game, touchdowns get called back because you are doing stuff illegal. Like I never understood that.
Not illegal. You held. You did things that the
not illegal as in a police sense, but illegal in the game of football.
Well, I'm just saying that. Holds happen every place. It's not illegal. It's just part of the game.
Well, not when you get caught.
And it goes against you. No, it could go for you or go against you. I'm just saying it's part of the game. Hold is part of the game.
Clipping is illegal.
Right.
Blocking in the back is illegal. And you know what? Tito have scored a touchdown, and this kid blocked in the back. And Tito can't go, yo, man, I got mad touchdowns called in the... Yeah, I would say Tito will tell these kids stop blocking in the back.
Absolutely.
Anyway, 13U Division 2. I don't really think we got a... West Haven is clearly the odds are favorite. But they got Bloomfield. Let's see if Bloomfield could tackle the Bear. I will tell you this. Bloomfield believes they can compete with West Haven. But I guess, like you said earlier, why coach if you don't believe it?
Listen, I think they're gonna be in more than what. I don't think this is gonna go as easy as they think it is, especially with the acquisitions that we know about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I don't think West Haven know about those.
Yeah, well.
All right. At number 2, I got Dayton Rehoboth Dracket. And I'm gonna just throw my boy Lazar in there because we got love for later.
Yeah, Cuddy, man.
You don't know. They all start this week, Tito, so we don't know.
Oh, Northeast starts a week, 2 weeks later than Jesus.
I think they start after
Labor Day.
Yeah, I think they do. Let's go to Division 1, 12U. Clearly, Hartford, they steamrolled Waterbury. They were on the clock. They're going to steamroll against Boston Raiders this week, unfortunately. Shout out to Stacks, my brother. But they're going to steamroll. At number 2, we got New Haven Steelers. They're going to steamroll. They got Chicopee. I believe that should be easy. At 12U, I'm going to go with, drum roll please, I'm going to go with the New Britain Junior Canes. They won. They beat West Haven. They haven't. I don't know if West Haven was good or bad. That's kind of still up in the air, but that's who I'm going with. Division 2, Tito. I'm going with.
Got a number 4 at 12U. There's not a number 4.
I stopped at 3. I gotta see more. I don't just go up the numbers just to go up the numbers. If you don't make it, you don't make it. Like you gotta show something. You gotta show something. All right. At Division 2, obviously, got to go with Manchester Redhawks. They're repeating from Florida. They was at 11U regional champs. Got to give it to them at 12U. But, Tito, the sleeper team from the Jamborees, size, speed. At number 2, I'm going with the Windsor 095 Warriors. If Windsor get their stuff together, Manchester going to have a tough time in the playoffs against Windsor.
Windsor's at 11U?
11 and 12.
11 and 12.
Their good team is at 12.
Yeah.
They're probably the biggest 12U team of the two in Division 2, and they're really aggressive. Really aggressive. They got a quarterback that can sling the rock. They got a running back, but that DN, he's a monster, Tito. Wait till you see him. But anyway, I'm going with Windsor at number 2. And at number 3, I'm going to stop there, Tito. I heard Milford Eagles are really, really talented and really, really good, and they're coached very well. So that's who I'm going with, the Milford Eagles. 11U, Division 1. We're going to go with the New Haven Steelers.
11U.
11U, New Haven Steelers. I think they have the personnel. The only thing that we got to question is they got a bunch of young coaches, and that's not a bad thing. But there's certain situations that, as a staff, you never been in, so you don't know how you react when you get in them. And I've been in them, and I blew some, and I've did the correct thing. That's the only thing that would get them caught up. But if you're asking me, the New Haven Steelers is the number 1 team. Then I'm going with the Everett Crimson Tide out of Everett. I don't know which team it is, the red, the green, the blue. I am getting intel. But Everett Crimson Tide, you guys are number 2. You're a good team. You got 2 teams. We got an eye out on you, Everett. We coming to watch you. At number 3, Tito, I gotta go with the Hartford Hurricanes. They're loaded. Hartford Hurricanes is loaded with talent. The Hartford Hurricanes is loaded with talent at 11U. However, again, and when I say a young staff for Hartford, I don't mean in age. I mean young as in the togetherness of the staff. This is their first year together. How they grow and put this thing together and learn throughout the season will be good. They got old school football guys, and I know there that has played the game successful since high school. But we got to see it. And then at number 4, we got the New Britain Junior Canes. I can't put Danbury in there. I can't put Boston in there yet. And some of the others. So we're going to stick with that right now. Division 2 11U, Tito, I don't really know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I'm not hearing much. I'm not seeing much. So I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you tradition.
Well, it's only who's doing 11U. There's only like.
You got Northern.
Right, and then the 2 over here, and then ours over here.
You got Southern, and you have Northeast Mass. So you got a lot. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to put the Ansonia Coppers there. They're typically one of the better teams out in Northern, Tito. They're typically one of the better teams out in Northern. They usually, Oxford, usually those 2 teams kind of run it. I don't really know too much that's going on.
Hold on, what's in Northeast? Who's running 11 in Northeast? All of them, right? Lynn, all them.
So what? Right. So what happened with them out there is, hold on, I'll bring it to you. What happened with them out there is they went all odd.
Right.
And so
I would say, knowing that The favorite probably got to be coming out of Northeast. If we had to rank power of conference between Northeast and Northern, I think Northeast gets the nod of power ranking overall. No.
Yeah, you could potentially.
And what about who's in Risma? Who's in Risma? Edgewood, none of them got 11 U's over there in Risma?
No, they're all even.
Oh, okay.
They're all even. So, Division 2, you got Brookline, Dracut, Lowell, Wilmington. And you know who I'm going to put in there? I'm going to put in Dracut. Is it Dracut or Dracut? I always get that messed up. Let me tell you why. First of all, shout out to Dracut. Is it Dracut? It's Dracut. Shout out to Dracut. Let me tell you why. First of all, Dracut showed me a lot of love from above 140. Lace they program up with varsity jackets. I got to get you the rest of the varsity jackets. Don't be mad at me. We got to meet. But also, Tito, all 3 of their teams was in regionals. That's why you heard them at 13U. So we're going to put Dracut in at 11U. That's the team I was missing out on. Dracut, love their colors, the dark blue and sky blue. I love that look. Who got that color? North Carolina got that color? The dark blue and boogie blue? Yeah.
They got to look just like that.
Yep.
University of Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. That's what I'm thinking about. University of Rhode Island. So we're going to throw Dracut into the mix. Dracut. When I see them, they always correct me. Anyway. Tito, Division 1, 10U. Waterbury Patriots deserve it. They're big. They're aggressive.
They've been together for some time.
And they're coming from a Florida run.
Yeah.
So natural attrition tells you the Waterbury Patriots deserve to be number 1. At number 2, I'm going to put Rodney Myers there. He has an experienced team that he's been with. He got close to in the mix over at AYF. I don't think he ever went anywhere. But Rodney, you didn't make it over here, brother, but you made it here, okay? Of course, they're going to say Pop won a weekend at AYF, so whatever, take it. I don't care. That stuff don't bother me. I'm going to say Rodney Myers at number 2. I got to go with the Hartford Hurricanes at number 3. Let me tell you why. So, the Hurricanes have a lot of new football players. Like, new to the Hurricanes and new players, number 1. I think, too, after 6-7 weeks of football, when all teams are reaching their peak, I think coaching will come in. I think early in the year, when you start playing games week 1 and week 2, a lot of it is talent. Let's be honest. No coach really had enough time to put their stamp on any team in September. I don't know about anybody else, but it's hard. Did y'all see me at the Soul Bowl going crazy with 9-year-olds? Going crazy at the big house with the 9-year-olds week 1. Especially at the younger levels, I think talent tends to take over. That's why I never get crazy when I beat a team week 1, because I'm smart enough to know that is not the real team that you're playing against. That's the Fugazi team. That's the let's see how talented they are. Because both coaches probably don't have their full playbook system in. Both coaches have not had enough games to know weaknesses, to make adjustments, to make changes. So when you wrap all of that up, to me, I say Hartford will be a contender at the end. I don't know. I guess by default, because there's not a lot of teams there, gotta put New Haven there after. I think they're better than Boston, probably. They're probably better than
Danbury. Probably again. Danbury's not going to have no run in Southern. What's Bridgeport tell you look like? They're on the schedule. Springfield, you got the Springfield Cowboys.
Division 2.
They're 10. Oh, they're Division 2. I was gonna say I saw them. They're decent. They're not terrible. Manchester ain't terrible. That's D2.
Randy.
D2 got some. There're gonna be some games in D2. So you're gonna put New Haven over Bloomfield and
Boston,
and there's nothing else out of Southern. There's nothing else.
Bridgeport. I'm putting them over those 4. New Haven will, to me.
I agree with that.
Over those 4.
I agree with that.
You know,
They even got a real big 10U. They could be one of those teams week 6, 7,
that's
and 8.
what I'm talking
It
about.
could be a real problem,
Right.
because they got a big team.
And they put in, and the coaches implemented stuff. It won't be the same team. That's a team you probably don't want to play in the playoffs. So if you can get the highest seed and escape that 2-3 game, get out of it. You don't want to be in it. That's all I'm saying. And so that's what I'm going to do. Division 2 10U.
I'm gonna say, I'll tell you, I'll take a stab at this one. Manchester.
Take a stab at it. You saw Manchester. Listen, Manchester was number 1 2 years ago when they were coming up. So Manchester, give me who number 2. I mean, in Southern, you got West Haven. They took a L to
No, but we talking about Division 1. We talking about Division 2.
Division 2. I'm saying over there,
I'm gonna tell you that I saw that Springfield Cowboys team play. They're gonna beat a lot of cats at 10U.
Cowboys.
Yeah, okay. They're gonna beat a lot of cats at 10U. And they're not huge, but they're fast. They're decent. I mean, at least in the Jamboree, from what I've seen, they're a decent team. They're not a bad team.
Wow, the Springfield Cup. Shout out to Randy, first year program.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they gotta be in top 4. I'm not putting 2, 3, 4. They gotta be in the mix over there in D2. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be in the mix over there. You know.
I think we have to add, as I think about Southern, Hamden took some major losses with the pieces that left them. They lost a coach and one of their star players. They joined forces with West Haven. So I think West Haven, even though they got a loss, but it's to a D1 team.
You can put them at 4.
I heard it might have been some controversy, so we got to keep them in the mix.
What's Naugatuck 10U looking like? They usually every once in a while can shock you. Or Milford.
I think Naugatuck got only 9, 11, and 13, if I'm not mistaken. And Milford got 9 as well. I don't think they got a 10U. And so, and now let's not forget Edgewood, because remember, they do even over there. The reason we can't really get things clear because they haven't started yet, Tito, over there. They're going to start this week.
Edgewood's Division 1? They're Division 1? Risma's Division 1? I thought.
Division 2.
Oh, if Edgewood got a 10, they're going to be a problem at Division 2. Who else is over there in Risma? Well, we missing people. We're missing. Who else is in Risma over there?
Hold on, let's look. You got Portsmouth. Risma pop one. You got Portsmouth, Dayton, Rehoboth. You got Edgewood. Let's see if they're very secretive about their scheduling. They you don't get.
Everybody is.
Our schedule's up on our site. You want to come see us? Come see us. Let me share. Let me share what they look like, though. So we can at least have an idea of the teams. Barrington, Dartmouth, Dayton, Rehoboth, Fairhaven, Middletown, East Bay, New Bedford, Old Rochester, Portsmouth, Saguenay. How do you what is that? So here we go, Tito. This is the league. So look, whenever you have Edgewood over there, who I always said traditionally have always been a Division 1 team, I think that you got to consider putting Edgewood up. And Scott LaRock, is Edgewood good? You screaming it out. Talk to me. What y'all looking like? Y'all was good last year. Didn't y'all win the 8U regional chip 2 years ago or something like that? Am I right, Scott? I think they won like the 8U regional chip 2 years ago. I could be wrong. Anyway, Tito, that's Division 2. I don't typically do 9U, Tito, because at 8U, if I had to do 9U, I'll lump it all together. Look, Tito, Edgewood, they only lost since 8U was at Nationals. So Edgewood 10U team is going to be the number 1 team in New England. Put the stamp on it, Tito. Edgewood ain't lose a game since 8U. They're at 10U now, Tito, and they only losses came at Nationals. And you guys won a game at Nationals, right? Didn't you win your first game last year? I think they did. I think Edgewood was in the semis last year. He could tell me about that. I think he's right. Edgewood was in the semis last year. Edgewood, no. Edgewood won at 8U. Edgewood did win at 10U. You guys beat West Elmwood last year. But that team would be 11U. Anyway, 9U, Tito, I'm going to lump everybody in. I don't really like going below 9U. It's too hard to tell from previous years. So 9U and 8U will come to fruition like around week 3 or 4. But let me tell you what I think at 9U. 1, I got to give it to Stratford Redskins. They won the regional championship at Division II last year. You have to mention the Lawrence Hurricanes, who came into Dillon Stadium and beat the Hartford Hurricanes at 8U. They played also at the Patriot Stadium a couple weeks ago during halftime. That was pretty dope. Along with the Chicopee Braves out of Central. Hartford Hurricanes 9U. Very talented group. And they got a couple of their best players didn't even play yet this year. So they're only going to get better. Waterbury 9U. A talented group of kids. They always are much better at the end of the year than they are at the beginning of the year. Traditionally, Hartford always beat Waterbury at the beginning of the year, and then they have a dogfight at the end. So Waterbury 9U. Let me think. Who else? Who else got 9U out there? Northern. I don't know. They were at 7U last year. Camp. Anyway, I'll put up the rankings for Pop Warner, y'all. But I wanted to talk about the rankings on both sides. These are just some of the good teams on both sides that went down. I want to send a shout out to OGC's. Supposedly he told a couple dudes that they know what was going to happen when he showed up at his field. There was some talking. His guys held it down, it seemed. Tito, should you football coaches have say-so in the program? Operations, what they do, jerseys, all aspects of the operations. I'll let you go first, and then I will opine.
Should coaches be part of the administration process? I don't believe so, because I think it's apples and oranges. Coaches usually want to come coach their teams and go home right after. You know, when you're part of the admin, this is a never-ending thing. 52 weeks a year, 365 days a year. And we know a lot of coaches, they're only here for the season. They're not here for the long run. So in my opinion, I mean, they're there for the coaching in the long run, but they're not there for the day-to-day grind of what it takes to keep organizations sustainable and efficient. They a lot of times they're not going to do the extra stuff with the shed. They're not going to do the extra stuff with inventory. They're not going to do the extra stuff. So my ultimate feeling, no, I don't think they should be part of the that part of it, or what it takes you to push the program forward, in my opinion.
So I think coaches should only have input when asked from their administration. If a president respects you, a president will ask your opinion. I think too often coaches don't want presidents involved in their coaching business, but wants to have say-so in the presidential business, right? And I'm gonna be honest, it really burns me when I'm gonna tell you the worst thing, coaches. I'm gonna tell you the worst thing you could do to your president. Now, all the coaches out there, I'm about to help you out. Don't ever do this to your president. And a lot of my coaches do this. Don't ever do this to your president. Don't ever go to your president and ask them a question of something that you're wanting or desiring in front of a parent, and then don't get the answer you want and make a suggestion like, oh man, that's dirty. Or come on, Phil, you can't do that, bro. Don't ever do that. Trust me. See, this is why we need an admin group for presidents. You guys do not understand what that do to presidents. Presidents vouch for me, y'all. All of administration vouch for me. I'm going to tell you what. You guys have just gave the parent enough space to run around and say things like this. Phil, even his own people told him to do it and he don't want to do it. See, it's all Phil. Phil would do this, but even his coaches said he wanted to do it and he didn't want to do it. So now you have, Beanie Siegel caught it when Nas said the line to Jay-Z, having the whistles like a rat compared to beans you whack. Kill two birds with one stone by breaking the rock in half. You have just allowed a parent to do that, to come in, break the rock in half, and y'all know what happened in youth football programs once you allow those cancers in. Y'all know what happened in youth football programs when you allow that type of cancer in. Don't ever go to your president and address them with stuff that you want in front of people. I know you might be looking for support, and that's cool. But I'm telling you right now, that's one of the worst things you can do to your president. And we hate it. We hate it. And honestly, you get shunned a little bit in that they don't want to talk to you no more. The president don't want to talk to you, and you become almost like untrustworthy to the president because what it seemed like you're doing is trying to be funny. And coaches love going, yo, no, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't even really think coaches try to be funny, but I don't think that y'all should ask those questions in front of parents. That's the worst thing a coach could do to me. Now, a coach can always pull a president aside and get info, in my opinion. But I don't run my program like a lot of other programs, Tito. A lot of people run their programs. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. A lot of people run their programs differently than I do. Wait, we need comments. What's going on? Oh, never mind. I'm looking at something else. I'm looking at something. I'm looking at the podcast from a couple weeks ago. I'm like, what's going on? I'm sorry, y'all. A lot of people run their program differently than I do. So all I'm saying is, if your coach is out there and you want input into your program, ask your president. If your president ain't coming to you, honestly, no disrespect, they don't want y'all opinion. Some people are structured differently, though, Tito. Some people have full boards. Some people have president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, all of that. Executive vice president of parents. 30 executive vice presidents of something that's going down in the community. Hurricanes don't operate like that. I happen to be one that do ask my coaches. I do put it out there, almost to a fault that I get too much information, or I oftentimes make people feel like they got too much input. And in a way, I've spoiled the Hurricanes because now people have expectations that's higher than what I got. Like, I think every year people in the Hurricanes think that they should get new uniforms. I do. I just think that that's what they believe. And that's an expectation from taking people's input. I don't mind it because it's all in love and fun. But I don't think coaches on a grand scheme of things should have much input because they're not bringing in the money. At the end of the day, the person with the money is the person that runs the program. And if you're not bringing in the money, don't ask no questions. I want to ask a question to all the coaches. How many of you over the last 5 years have brought in more than $1,000 to your program? I ain't talking about the money you raised to bring your team to Florida. Absolutely nothing. You just brought in $1,000 and went into the bank account and you went on coaching your team. I want to see some comments. If you didn't, even say I didn't. Any coaches out there bringing any money to their programs? It's a lot of people watching, y'all. It's a lot of y'all watching. I see the numbers. Nobody out there has brought in any money to their program. I think that says it all, Tito. What you got to say, brother? I think that says it all. I don't think that they should have say so. If you ain't willing to buckle down and bring in no money, I find it hard pressed that you should feel you should have some say so over the direction of the program. I really do. Hold on. We got a lot of comments. I find out. Hold on. Let me check the comments real quick. Greg Pittman said him. Chris Baker said he brought in money. Bake said he brought in money. Who else? Bake said he brought in money. Jerry, what up, Jerry? No, we just got here. Just make sure you kick return team is ready. Does gas and rides count? No, Lou. Gas and rides don't count. I get it for sure, but without the coaches, your program doesn't move. But I get what you're saying. Nobody's talking about the level of importance. I think the president and coaches are on the same level of importance. So I'm not saying presidents are more important. We're talking about when making decisions on the program, right? Personally, I wish y'all stayed. I got respect for. Okay, that's the that's the back and forth of the beauty about they so over the beauty about playing the game. They're going over playing the game. Let's keep reading. So let's see who brought in some money, man. So Greg, you brought in money. Do you have any say so in the program? Same thing, Chris. Paul said not many from New Britain. Your boy, OG Paul. He know not many people bringing no money. Kids need a ride. Listen, giving rides, I get, look, I'm not saying coaches don't put in money. Like, let me correct what I'm saying so y'all don't go crazy. Coaches do tribute out of their pockets to programming. Maybe not to the program, but definitely the program. I know Hurricane coaches do contribute to programming, like 100%. I do. I know, and I try to do stuff to let them know they appreciate it. Buy coaching shirts or, try to get stuff at cost to strip them out, and I do try to get their teams looking good for them when financially it's like I get it, coaches, I get it. This is not disrespectful to y'all. Don't start shooting at me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Chris, y'all not under the radar no more, brother. You can stop that. We working, nah, bro. Y'all the number 2 team in New England, and now y'all on everybody's radar. Already put it out there. So, Springfield program feel free as I coach, buy all uniforms and equipment. Yo, the Springfield Cowboys was free. His whole program was free, he said. The whole Springfield Cowboys program was free. That's impressive. All right, Bake. Let's see how that work out for you. Everybody and their mother about to start asking for but listen, Randy, shout out to you. I'd be interested to know, Randy, how'd you pull off a completely free program? That's not easy. I couldn't do that. Obviously, one team is different than 8 with cheer, but y'all not a first year program, Bake. Windsor already went down to Florida, so cut it out. Windsor have already been down to Florida. Y'all went down to Florida, and y'all was a game away from the national championship. So listen, that ain't working, bro. Nope. I'm not letting nobody off the hook. If you good in New England, we gonna find you. Uh-oh, Tito, I got a message on my inbox. We forgot about East Bay Warriors, brother, out of 10U, out of RISMA. So that last year's team, I don't know if you remember, Tito. I was talking about their 14U team. They had a real good thing going on. Where those coaches marking those guys are now at 10U. So everybody, if you're in Division 2 10U, better start watching the East Bay Warriors out of Rhode Island. They are coming. They stay prayed up, and they play the game for real. I'm going to tell you right now, a good group of coaches and a good group of kids matters. All those kids went to Bloomfield, so man, how you let that happen? Windsor 14U. I know what you're saying. You're being slick. Anyways, Tito. Nice short podcast. Those are the rankings. Listen, if I said a team name tonight, you bet, especially in Pop Warner. AYF, I'm going off of what they got. If I said a team name tonight, you better put them on your radar. I ain't capping. I don't got no reason to look. I even mentioned some of the Hartford teams because my coaches know if you mention, you better hold it down, right? But we had an X on our back for years just because of the name. Parents buy Pop Warner approved helmets and shoulder pads. If they can't, I buy them. I only have one team at the moment, so it's affordable. Wow, that's kind of tough. That's kind of tough. Hey, Randy, that's what's up, man. But as you grow, brother, that's going to be a tough situation. So, yeah, man, the newcomers, shout out to all the newcomer teams. I think we're going to see some new teams, shockingly, going down to Florida this year, out the New England region. I'm telling you, Manchester-Windsor, watch out for that game. I think the winner of that game at 12U will be the Florida representative. Replay this. The winner of Windsor and Manchester 12U game will represent New England and Florida. Central Connecticut, Pop Warner, we got one. And with that, it's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140.
It's your boy Coach Correa the General, 860 Army.
Hey, I tell y'all all the time, and I'm going to tell you again, there was a lot of business. Shout out to all the Above 140 customers. I'm just trying to be excellent. I don't complain about my friends helping me because strangers are the ones that's going to make me rich. Easy.